where has all the creativity gone? That's such a great question to pose, particularly when you look around at people's content, on social media and things that are just getting, what's the term? I think it's served. You are served content based on things that you may or may not have been interested in previously, whether that's earlier today, yesterday, from a while ago, accounts that perhaps you follow or then associations with those things. But more importantly, what does content and the lack of creativity around content do for your coaching business? So I'm going to touch on a few different points. Again, as ever, I don't have notes, so do expect this to meander in a few different directions, ultimately coming back to the main point in hand. Dog snoring in background as per usual. Some big things that I've seen across social media and change across social media. And I'm looking back at social media when Facebook first became a thing. And even before Facebook, I'm guilty. I used to write blogs quite a long time ago. And I used to create videos before Facebook, was able to do videos, and I put some things on YouTube, and I've used videos and written blogs and written pieces to promote businesses that I've had in the past. And the way that you would come up with ideas and be creative around those things is you would have a pen and a paper or a whiteboard, and you would take your actual experience, things you've actually done and that you know about, and you would map it out and you would talk about that stuff. Here's things we've tried. Here's things we're doing. Here are things that we know that work because we've been doing this particular thing for X amount of time, and here's some proof. Fast forward to the end of April 2026, you don't have to have any knowledge. You don't have to have experience in order to create content. So there's this mockery. And I'm talking to you. I'm not saying that you're doing that. You may have touched on this. But I'm talking to you as the experienced specialist, the expert that knows what they're doing, knows what they're talking about. And if you were unlocked and unjammed creatively, if you're not already doing content like this, of where you're not scripted, you don't even have notes in front of you, and you're able to just pluck ideas from your box of experience, the plethora that you've traveled through, that's the place to get back to, rather than all that's being jammed down everybody's necks. And I can see it because everyone's got the same content. And everyone then either is using AI to generate ideas and content, or they're then using software or AI to basically look at what is popular and what everyone is watching, and then go, yeah, well, I'll make a replica of that, but in my own words, and change the order of things and change the thumbnail and whatever the fuck else. Wow. What an absolute sham. What an absolute fucking shit show. Where has all the creativity gone? Where has the point of where you actually fucking know things because of experience, because of time in seat, and you're able to talk from that position? Where has that gone? There's some upsides and there's some downsides. The downside is when you go out onto social media, actually finding people and businesses and, coaches that you need help and support with, or whatever it might be. It could be anything, in fact. It doesn't even have to be in that little pocket I've shared there. you're not going to find much originality. You're going to be bombarded with the same thing. For example, yesterday, I do go on social media, and for the last few days, I've been shown this video that says something like, how I burn 1,600 calories in 30 minutes. And then it goes from like a guy working out, and then in the last split second, it's a burnt pizza, right? I've seen this before years ago, and it does the rounds every now and again. And then Matt Morsia, the Gladiator guy, his account came up. And it's the first time my wife, Elaine, was seeing this video, and she went, this is funny, let me show you it. And I didn't mean to cut her off, but she said, oh, look, how to burn 1,600 calories. And I kind of rolled my eyes, and then the pizza came up, and I was like, and I sort of talked to her about it, and I said, yeah, I said, this is doing the rounds. I said, that surprises me, actually, that he's doing stuff like that, because he doesn't really need to, because he's got such I was going to say a suitcase, but it's bigger than a suitcase. He's got this treasure chest of experiences and authority that he can lean on with all of the things that he's stacked. Why would you tap into something like that? He likes to be known as the funny guy. And I'm seeing hundreds of accounts doing the same thing. I'm like, cool. Do you want to be seen as someone that knows what they're fucking talking about? Or do you want to be seen as someone that just jumps on another little viral thing, and drives traffic that, going to be honest, anyone that watches those and then follows, it's going to be pretty weak. They're not going to be people that are like, wow, you're an expert and you know how to burn fucking pizza, so I should probably buy what you've got. Which brings me, so that's the first thing. The first thing is, why is AI being used so much? If you don't know something and you've not experienced it, you have no fucking clue about it, don't talk about it. Don't go and look at other people's accounts and the content that they're doing, and then just become this little lemming of where you replicate what everyone else is saying and doing. Wow. Oh, what's Owen Wilson do? Wow. I can't even do a good impression, so you can take the piss if you want. That's the first thing. Second thing is, if you have been sucked into doing that, yeah, you might get some views, right? Oh, wow, look at my reel. Let's go fucking 2,000 views, 3,000 views. Hey, it might even go a little bit fucking viral. You might get 50,000, 100,000. It might get you a little bit excited. Excited to the point of where maybe it makes your nips a little bit hard. Maybe it gives you a little bit of a fucking semi. Good for you. Will that bring you clients? Will that bring you customers? No, it will not, because they're not your people. They are not your people. Virality, you're playing into the hands of the meta universe. You're playing into the hands of what they created the platforms for in the first place, which is to have people addicted to their screens, so then advertisers that pay for that space in front of your eyeballs, you spend more time doing this. So then they're just generating cash big time. I don't want to come across like a conspiracy theorist or anything like that, because I'm certainly not. This is just the way of the business. When you get to use something for free, social media, there has to be a means of making money somehow. But you've got to choose your game of how you're fucking playing it. It's as simple as that. Third thing, I personally have been in this, what should we call it? Battle, struggle, start, stop, cycle, start, stop, start, stop, start, stop, because there was something that I couldn't quite turn into words or explain about the need and requirement, yes, to create content. But then when I was creating stuff, I was like, oh God, I've got to do a carousel. I've got to do a short form video, and then once a week I've got to do a long form video, and then I've got to do color background stuff, and I've got to make sure that I'm talking about client testimonials over here, and then I've got to make sure that that leads people to somewhere for a fucking lead magnet. That what the fuck do I put in that fucking lead magnet? Because I don't really want people to have a lead magnet, because free's fucking useless. Let's be honest. Unless you overcook something, and then that creates a skewed perspective inside of your audience of where you attract the wrong people onto the email list because they've all come for free, and if you over deliver, then they think that they don't fucking need the thing long term. What a mess. What a fucking mess. Which has brought me full fucking circle back to how I fucking started creating content umpteen years ago. When I say umpteen, how many years? Let's be a little bit more precise with that. 2010, 2011? Yeah. 2010, 2011, something like that. So we're talking about 15 years, maybe just a little bit longer. I was passively doing it before that as well, but not on a full-time basis. And that's basically tapping into your expertise, your knowledge, not somebody else's, not ideating because you can punch a whole bunch of other people's content and go, well, put my fucking spin on this. Good Lord. You might as well be a human fly. You might as well just eat all that shit up and just keep regurgitating it. What a horrible, horrible experience for the people watching it, because you're not contributing anything new to the world. Because coaches will come to me and they'll say, I want to change X amount of people's lives. I want to have impact. And they'll specifically use the word impact. I'm like, okay, well, you're not, because you're talking like everybody else. You're talking like everybody else. You're no different. There's nothing different about you. You've just merged and blended into sounding, looking, smelling, tasting like everybody else. You might as well be a little sausage on a sausage factory line. And I'm talking about the cheap sausages that are just horrendous with horrible skin and just all mushed up goop inside of it. You are one of them. Why do that to yourself? Why? Maybe you don't know any different. Maybe you don't know how to do fucking things differently. The truth is, it is hard to be creative. It is hard to tap into something for years, often, sometimes decades, and get so fucking good at it that you can outtalk, you can outsmart. I don't know if that's the right fucking way to put this right now, but you've just got that ability to be able to speak to your people about your thing because it is your thing. It's not anybody else's. And the full circle for me has been realizing I don't have to play the game of 20, 30-second shorts and reels. I can create content however the fuck I want. And it will find my people. I don't have to bend over and part my cheeks and sound like the guy next door. Sound like her down there. Take her ideas and mash them up with mine. No, I don't have to. Is it nice to respect others in your fields? Absolutely. But if you're so deeply influenced by others and you're just nibbling away on their ideas and their perspectives, number one, the likelihood is that isn't theirs anyway. And number two, if it is, it's not fucking yours. There's no win-win scenario. There's no win scenario at all. It's lose, 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 lose by doing everything that the way that everyone's say everyone, not everybody. There's a few good guys and girls in the industry, in my opinion. But I would say the majority, they want you to create volume of content because that's the way they've been doing it. And this weird short form content that delivers no value, perpetuates this doom scrolling thing we've got going on, actually makes Zuckerberg and his cronies more money than it makes you. And it doesn't shine the light on what your actual expertise are, what you are actually fucking good at. It actually makes you look fucking shit. Actually makes you look like you don't know what you're talking about because now you're just like every other fucking coach, PT, fucking spiritual guy or girl, whatever it is. What can you do? What have you done? What can you speak about and get so fucking fired up that you don't need to tap into anybody else's stuff, things, whatevers? And I think that's a really important topic to talk about. Because until you can be relinquished from that, until you can open up that box of, I'm going to use it, I'm going to say it, authenticity, realism, with yourself, and tap into that creative suitcase, treasure chest, box of wonder, that you have, and realize that what you have and what you've done and what you're doing is actually fucking good enough. And there are a whole bunch of people out there that want to see you in that fucking light and see you from that fucking perspective. That's when you'll be doing and running the business that you love. Until then, you'll be that gloopy little copycat sausage. And that's a sad life to live. Have a great Sunday. See you soon.